Welcome to Noir Alley. I'm your host, Eddie Muller. Today's film is 1951's He Ran All the Way, starring John Garfield. And since it's Father's Day, I thought, what better way to celebrate than by having his daughter, Julie Garfield, join me to talk about the movie and her dad's short but immensely influential career.
Thank you.
Thank you for having it. Thank you for coming today, Julie. Okay, your dad, I call him the Pied Piper, because all of those people who came to Hollywood from New York, from the group theater and the whole Broadway scene, he sort of led the way, because he was quite a terrific stage actor, came to Hollywood, and you are as well. You're an actor yourself. Just tell me a little bit about what you see on the screen when you watch your dad.
I see my father, he uses sense memory a lot. He's his very rich use of nightmares in his work. Like in the beginning of He Ran All the Way, he has this horrible nightmare. Yeah. And he wakes up from that nightmare, and you just feel like you're right there with him.
Nicky!
Huh?
You were howling in your sleep.
All right, Mom. So I was howling in my sleep. What's wrong with that?
He just was very, very vivid when it came to the sensorial reaction to whatever was going on around him or inside of him.
Yeah. It's rare to have a daughter named for her father. But in this case, I mean, I don't know if people realize that John Garfield was actually Julius Garfinkel, is his real name, but everybody called him Julie.
Right.
So were you, in fact, named for him?
Well, there's a question about that in the Jewish religion, you're not supposed to name somebody after somebody who's alive. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they wanted to name me after him.
And, I think that Garfield was really important in the 1940s because he was Jewish. And I think he was recognizably Jewish to a Jewish audience, who made him this huge star the way Jimmy Cagney was a huge guy for the Irish. It's like, that's our guy, and I think that was true of your dad as well.
Also, all people who were blacklisted, so many people who were blacklisted were Jewish. I think that the blacklist was a very anti-Semitic movement, actually.
And that's important to this film that we're showing today, because this movie was made under incredible duress. None of the studios would touch it. And it was your dad's partner, Bob Roberts, they had formed Enterprise Studios together, put this together as an independent production because your dad, tell us a little about this. Your dad had testified before the House Committee on Un-American Activities. Do you recall any of that period in his life?
Well, I recall being afraid. I recall having our phones tapped. And I remember when my father was being followed all the time. I was very aware of that. And I was also very aware of what happened. Well, after my father died, these FBI men came to our house and they rang the bell and they're standing there. And I was the one that opened the door, and they looked very scary because, they had these hats and they had these raincoats on. And I called my mother, and she came to the door, and she was so furious, and she said, "What do you want?" And they said, we just want to take a look around. And she said, "Get out of here, you killed him. He's dead, that's what you wanted." And at that point, we were both standing there, my brother too. And it was a scary thing.
Yeah. I assume you recognize how the pressures that he was under at that time come to bear in this film, in his performance in this film.
Yeah.
It's an extraordinary performance, and I think we should let these people watch the film now. How about it?
I think it's good.
Directed by the soon-to-be blacklisted John Barry in 1951 and photographed by the great James Wong Howe. Here is John Garfield in He Ran All the Way.